All right, guys, good morning. We are going to be working on ELA Tuesday in our little book. So the same book that you guys used yesterday to read Tornado, we're going to be using that same book to go over our comprehension skill and strategies for this week. Then we're going to be working on our Your Turn practice workbook. And then if we have time, we're going to work on the 5 things in our breakout rooms. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. The first thing we need to do is go to Connect Ed. Which is your McGraw-Hill education.
Read.
Click on the story Tornado. And then from there, we're going to actually move forward to get to the correct page.
Ask and answer questions. When you read, asking questions helps you think about parts of the story and understand key details in the selection. Find text evidence. As I read page 232 of Tornado, I ask myself, what is a thunderstorm? I will look for the answer to this question. How does a tornado form? A tornado is a kind of weather. Weather is the condition of the air. Most tornadoes begin as a kind of weather called a thunderstorm. Thunderstorms are harsh rainstorms with thunder and lightning. These rough storms have high winds and heavy rain. I read that a thunderstorm is a rainstorm with high winds, thunder, and lightning. Main idea and key details. The main idea is the most important point an author makes about a topic. Key details tell about and support the main idea. Find text evidence. As I read pages 231 through 232 of Tornado, I learned that tornadoes have powerful winds and can cause a lot of damage. These details support main idea of the text. Graphic organizer. Detail. A tornado has very powerful winds. Detail. A tornado can cause damage to people and places.
So those are both details on tornadoes. So the main idea is all about tornadoes. And then you can give details about what you've learned about them.
Expository text. Tornado is an expository text. Expository text gives information about a topic, includes text features. Find text evidence. I know tornado is an expository text because it gives information about tornadoes. It also has text features. Text features. A sidebar gives information that is separate from the main text. Subheads tell you what a section of text is about. Antonyms. Antonyms are 2 words that have opposite meanings. Words such as hot and cold are antonyms. Find text evidence. I see the author used the antonyms wet and dry to show how wet air and dry air come together to make a tornado. Scientists think this might be because warm, wet air from the Gulf of Mexico crashes with the cool, dry air from Canada.
So antonyms are opposite words like light and dark, hot and cold, night and day, up and down.
Write about the text. I answered the question, how does the author help you understand what a tornado is and how to stay safe during a tornado emergency?
So we're going to read what this little 2nd grader Andrew wrote, okay? He's going to include facts, which are details based on evidence or things that he learned from the story. He used evidence from the photos in his answers. So by looking at the photos that were in the story, and he uses the correct grammar. So his sentences all make sense. And then he also has a strong ending. His last sentence helps him organize his writing as he sums up his answer. So let's go ahead and read it.
The author helps me understand a tornado by telling what it is, how it forms, and where it forms. The author tells how fast the winds spin. That makes them very dangerous. The photos show a tornado reaching high into the sky. The author helps me understand how to be safe during a tornado by using a list. I have to listen to weather reports. I have to find shelter, and I have to stay away from the windows. I hope I am never in a tornado. It is important to know what to do in case I ever need to stay safe in a tornado.
Awesome. And then that was it for our story today. What we are going to be doing now is we are going to be working on your turn practice workbook. So go ahead and type in the chat. Are you going to be using K for Cami, the online workbook, or are you going to be using the W, your actual physical workbook? So K for Cami, W for your workbook that you have at home. We're going to be on pages 133 to 135. If you're using Cami, you're going to go to Google Classroom, click on classwork, scroll down till you hit your turn workbook pages. I'm going to give you guys a minute. Go ahead and open that up now. All right, so we are going to be reading the story Ice Hotels. Page 133. What I'm going to do is I'm going to read it first, and then you guys are going to read it next, okay? So I'm going to put on my 1 minute timer. You guys are just listening and watching me do it first. Okay. How would you like to stay in an ice hotel? There really are such places in cold climates. What is an ice hotel? An ice hotel is like a big igloo. The walls are made of snow and ice. The I don't know that word, so I'm going to underline it. And art are made of ice too. How is an ice hotel built? In some cold places, people build ice hotels. They wait until winter because summer is too warm. Builders choose a spot near a I don't know the word, so I'm going to underline it. River. Workers cut many ice blocks to build walls. They use snice, so I said it, so I'm not going to underline it. Snice to keep the blocks from coming apart. This is a mix of snow and ice that holds everything together. When they are done with the outside walls, workers move to the inside. They carve. Oh, and there goes our timer. So I stopped at carve. I don't know why it didn't go off. Okay. So how many words did I read? Remember, I'm going to go to the beginning of the line. So I'm going to say 118, and then I'm going to count on. Ready? 118, 119, 120, 121, 122, 123, 124. So I read 124 words. And then how many words did I mess up on? 2. So what is 124 minus 2, boys and girls? Can anyone do that math for me?
122. 122.
Very good. Now, am I done? Can I move? What do I need to do next? Where do I need to
Go
put
to
the
your
score?
fluency reading
Go to
score.
your fluency reading score. It is going to be right above the Your Turn workbook pages. It says fluency reading score Tuesdays. You can actually scroll down like this and then open it, or you can click view assignment and then open up your fluency scores. I'm going to watch you guys do that now. So now that you guys have opened up your copy of your fluency scores, after you're done with your first read, you're going to put your first score in in your fluency score Google spreadsheet. So I read 122 words. So I'm going to go here and under unit 3, week 4, it's going to be P. So you're going to have to use this gray bar down here to slide down to unit 3, week 4. And then you're going to write the word number. And then what do you do at the end? Click out of the box. Why do we click out of the box? To save our work. So let's go ahead and do that now. You guys are now going to do your first read. Ready? Are you guys ready? On your mark, get set, go. Timer. All right. You guys are gonna tell me where or you guys are gonna look at where you stopped reading, count how many words you read, and then you're gonna put that score in your fluency scores. So go ahead and do that now. I'll give you guys 1 minute. If you have not finished, what you're gonna do is you can rewatch this video later to remind you how to do this. And then you guys can pause the video when you need more time by watching this on YouTube later, okay? All right, we're gonna do our second read now. So the second time we read, when you make a mistake, this time you're going to make an X. Instead of underlining, you're gonna make an X. All right, I'm gonna start. How would you like to stay in an ice hotel? There really are such places in cold climates. An ice hotel is like a big igloo. The walls are made of snow and ice. The I don't know the word, so I'm going to cross it out this time. And art are made of ice too. How is an ice hotel built? In some cold places, people build ice hotels. They wait until winter because summer is too warm. Builders choose a spot near a frozen river. When workers cut many ice blocks to build walls. They use snice to keep the blocks from coming apart. There is a mix of snow and ice that holds everything together. This is a mix. When they are done with the outside walls, workers move on to the inside. They carve furniture from blocks of ice. They carve works of art too. All this work takes time. A large ice hotel can take 5 to 6 weeks to build. I'm going to go to the next page now. Oh man, I stopped. So I didn't get to the next page because the timer went off. However, if you guys get to the next page, you would just keep continuing on. All right. So this time, how many words did I read? So I stopped at Bill. And then this would be 139. So I'm going to count on 139. 140, 41, 42, 143, 144, 145, 146, 147, 148, 149, 150, 151, 152. So this time I read 152 words. This time I only made one mistake. So I read 151 words. Now, what am I going to do after? I'm going to put my score in my fluency scores. I'm going to write 151. All right. Okay, guys, you guys are going to do your second read now. Are you guys ready? On your mark, get set, go. 30 seconds. Stop. Let's see. So now what you guys are going to do is you are going to record how many words you read. Go ahead and do so now. After you have done that, you need to make sure you put your scores in, you need to make sure you put your scores in the fluency scores, the fluency score spreadsheet, Google Sheet. All right. While you guys are finishing working on that, what I'm going to do now is I am going to read through the entire story for you guys. And then we're going to be using the entire story to help you guys answer questions 1, 2, and 3. Okay. All right. How would you like to say, actually, you know what? Why don't we read through the first 3 questions first? The questions are, what is one key detail from the passage? What is another key detail? And what is the main idea of the passage? All right. How would you like to stay in an ice hotel? They really are such places in cold climates. What is an ice hotel? An ice hotel is like a big igloo. The walls are made of snow and ice. The furniture and art are made of ice too. How is an ice hotel built? In some cold places, people build ice hotels. They wait until winter because summer is too warm. Builders choose a spot near a frozen river. Workers cut many ice blocks to build the walls. They use snice to keep the blocks from coming apart. This is a mix of snow and ice that holds everything together. When they are done with the outside walls, workers move to the inside. They carve furniture from blocks of ice. They carve works of art too. All this work takes time. A large ice hotel can take 5 to 6 weeks to build. Staying in an ice hotel. People must bundle up to stay in an ice hotel. The temperature inside must stay below freezing. If it gets above freezing, the ice could melt. Sorry, one second, guys. Okay, people sleep in thick sleeping bags in ice hotels. I'm sorry, people sleep in thick sleeping bags on ice beds. They sit on ice chairs. They even drink from ice glasses. What happens to an ice hotel? An ice hotel only stands while it is cold. Once spring comes, the hotel melts. The water returns to the river. Then builders must wait until winter when the water freezes to build the next ice hotel. All right, what is one key detail from the passage? What is one key detail from the passage? What is another key detail? And then what is the main idea? So what was this whole story about? It was about ice hotels. That was the main idea of the passage. It was telling you all about ice hotels. If you want to be more specific, you can say like what ice hotels are, how they're made, and how people stay in them. Now, what is a key detail? What a key detail is not just any detail. Like you're not like, for example, you might not just say like a detail from the story might be like, next year they'll build the next ice hotel. That is true. That is something that they'll do next year, but I wouldn't call it a key detail. I would say a key detail is something about maybe like how what an ice hotel is. I would say how it is built and how or what it's like staying in one, or what happens at the very end, at the end of it, what happens to it. So I'm gonna say that one of the main key details, the main idea is all about ice hotels. And I'm gonna say that a key detail is that everything is made of snow and ice. Everything is made of snow and ice. Not just the hotel itself, but even inside, all the furniture, the beds, the chairs, even the paintings that are on the wall, they're all made of snow and ice. And what is another key detail? I'm gonna say that it can take 5 to 6 weeks to build a large one. I think that's a key detail. That's important to know. It's not something that takes a short amount of time. You can't just build it in a day. 5 to 6 weeks to build a large ice hotel. All right, I'm gonna put those answers in the chat. Everything is made of snow and ice. It takes 5 to 6 weeks to build a large ice hotel. And what was it all about? Ice hotels. That was the main idea. All right, guys. You guys are going to work on that. And then after this, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be going into breakout rooms. Okay. In your breakout rooms, we have about 25 more minutes in class. You guys are going to have someone share their screen. If multiple people want to share their screen, you guys can take turns. So like one person can share the screen for spelling, one person can share it for vocabulary. You guys are going to work on spelling, vocabulary, grammar, and mechanics. You don't need to do your selfie writing in your breakout rooms. You guys are going to do that on your own. The 4 things I just want you to work on in your breakout rooms is your spelling practice test, your vocabulary practice test, your grammar, and your mechanics games. All right. If you guys have questions, I will be in the main room. If you want to ask me something, if I'm not in the main room, it'll probably be because I'm in a breakout room. So you can, in your breakout room, you guys can ask for help. There should be an ask for help button, and then I'll see it, and then I'll hop onto your breakout room if I'm in a different breakout room. All right. If I don't come right away, it's because I'm helping someone, and then I'll come with you guys right after. All right. After we do our breakout rooms, if you guys have any questions, you guys are going to stay. And then if not, you guys will go to PE. And then after PE, we're going to come back at 10:15.